So if y'all heard our last show, we said we were kind of done with the government. It just drains us. And I don't know if we said it on mic, but we was like, yo, we haven't drank. Because we kind of moved our show up to 10 a.m. So we were all kind of like, it's kind of early. But we was like, we haven't really drank on the show. That was a staple of our show. Somebody would bring the lemonade. I had an ice. We had a Tito's. We'd make a drink. And that's what kept the energy.
Before even Todd, we was getting that shit ready.
Yeah, our pre-production was already
just drink
two cocktails already.
Yeah.
So we was like, you know what, fuck it, man. Let's get back into our shit. So we didn't plan it, so we don't have mixers. But I just want to say I took my first 2 shots since I turned 30 in August today. That's been 4 months.
I don't drink liquor at all.
I don't either.
Like that.
But we all took shots today to kind of just get back in our relaxed, chill, non-government conspiracy, COVID, vaccine, energy, police brutality. We care about it. And if you followed us, we did extensive coverage. These last 3 episodes of 2020, we just want to have a good time, report on good shit like this, and just have a good time. See, I'm stuttering and shit.
Stammering and stuttering.
I just want to, you know what pisses me off?
And then just about the same shit that you was talking shit about.
Yeah. Y'all never like our shit, man. We always act y'all like it.
Wow, we gonna be looking like 240 and 240.
240.
We gonna be looking at E40 and Too Short from last night.
I didn't even see that.
Bro, them motherfuckers they was at the bottle all night.
Yeah.
Well, especially E40.
Shouts out to them, man.
240 and E short. Shout out to y'all.
God damn.
That was a good one. All right, so yeah, shouts out to those geniuses. Continuing with great news. Oh,
yeah, that's
you know
amazing.
what? To HBCU, because HBCU been getting a lot of good looks. So you had Mackenzie Scott donating more money, and then you had Michael B. Jordan. He plans to, what was it? Michael B. Jordan is planning to hold a basketball showcase called Hoop Dreams Classic that involves 4 of the top men's and women's basketball teams from HBCUs. It would take place at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, his hometown, starting December 18th next year. I think that's great. Again, highlighting these schools, that's going to generate buzz, it's going to generate money, it's going to generate jobs for people running the events and all that. And it's something that should have been happening, but I'm glad, the better late than never thing. Like, these famous, well-off African-American artists should be taking, I don't want to say should be, you do whatever you want with your money. It's good that you would take care of the colleges that are teaching the curriculums and that are that relates to where you come from, which is the HBCU. It's a culture shock when a kid from the hood goes to Florida State. And you know what I'm saying?
It has to be, right?
Yeah, they got their own traditions and their own sororities that's like the white fraternity. Or you know what I'm saying? That's not the HBCU. So to have a place like HBCU, now you're doing a showcase for the top teams. That's just, to your point, that's going to attract athletes to be like, damn, Michael B. Jordan throwing this showcase. Like, I want to show out there. Right. And then you end up going. So I like what's going on from different parties. Like, I'm sure him and Mackenzie Scott has had zero conversation. Right. So it's not like they're working together. Yeah. But it seems like there's a concentrated effort now to uplift the black community. Finally. Right? I mean, they've done. 100%. They strategically done everything to keep us down forever. And now it seems like there's whether it's the Netflix with their shit, whether it's Mackenzie Scott with her donations, whether it's Michael B. Jordan and other people donating HBCUs and promoting and doing events like this. I think that's dope. So December 18th, which is damn near a year from today almost, he's going to have the first one-day doubleheader called Hoop Dreams Classic. And I'm pretty sure from now to next year, more people are going to get involved, and it's probably going to turn into a six team or an 8 team or a 20, like a big tournament. But I'm sure to start off, you got to start off small to make sure it's
is it an 8 team?
Possible.
Right, but hopefully
is it an 8 team?
4 teams.
4 teams?
Yeah, doubleheader.
Ooh, and dang.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, man, like even a culture shock as far as like in a positive factor. Like imagine going to an HBCU and like all the maybe that's what you were talking about when going to Florida and all that.
Yeah, it's like different. It's their culture.
Yeah, it's something that is yours and familiar within a country that normally you don't feel like you belong.
Exactly.
So
and they're invested in you.
Right,
like curriculums, the stuff that goes on campus.
The belonging.
You're going to see a lot of black history stuff, a lot of Kwanzaa stuff, a lot of black targeted generated curriculums, which makes sense when you think about it. It's like if we're under the belief that this country is built by white people and it's for white people and these curriculums are built for white people to create workers, then how am I going to benefit myself with the tools I have? It's like putting a square into a round hole. It's like, this is America's curriculum. I'm a African American square, you need to go to HBCU where you can fit.
Right.
Whether not saying
That's
it
a good way
doesn't
to put
work.
it.
Clearly, we got successful black people that went to Florida and all those colleges.
Yeah.
But I bet if you ask some of them, they would love to go where a black fraternity, and it's like being at a cookout every day at school. It's like
Yeah.
you fuck with everybody. It's like, yo, they having this and shit that you're into type shit.
Right.
So I think that's dope.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Another win for the HBCUs. I just hope all this happens. Because a lot of lip service now. It's a lot of titles. $4.6 billion. I hope that money gets to them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this classic happens. I hope whatever that's being talked about this year.
Right.
We don't open up next year and things go back to normal.
Right.
And,
Right. That's going to be interesting because right now we're forced to really just take and ingest and digest information because we don't got a lot that's preoccupying us right now besides staying home. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. Once everything opens up. Because like not only even the NFL is talking about Black Lives Matter and they were the first ones that were totally against it.
Kaepernick is still banned from the league.
Right, not that they're fully both feet in.
Right.
But they got one foot in. I've seen
something.
a couple commercials where I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
y'all are acknowledging it. NBA is going full speed.
Bro.
Y'all been watching NBA?
You just what a great segue.
Yeah.
I love this guy. This wasn't even on pre-production.
Steph is playing this year. I saw the first game. Yeah, I saw the first game like a couple nights ago.
I think preseason's over. I think the first game is this Wednesday.
Right.
Christmas Eve or whatever. So I've been making an announcement on Facebook. I said this like
that
a month.
I'm fucking with
I
that
said it out a month ago. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get into basketball. And
basketball's hard, bro.
I'm going to take my fandom somewhere. I was like, I don't know. Because I was a Laker fan, but I was bandwagon. Kobe, Shaq. They was winning championships. I was young. So I was like, I don't have a team. I love LeBron, but I don't have a team. So
I'm more of a teammate, like a team guy, and then I
Right.
go for that team like Lillard or
Right,
or some
yeah.
shit
Like I
like
fuck
that.
with Lillard and all them, but I was like, I want to have a team. I want to root.
Right.
I want to have a jersey. I want to have a betting interest into basketball. Right?
Right.
There's a lot of reasons, but that's the surface. So I was like, I announced on Facebook maybe a month ago. I was like, yo, I'm looking. I did it like LeBron when he went to Miami. I was like, I'm looking to see where I'm gonna take my fandom to this year. So everybody started posting memes like Laker fans was in my comments, Golden State fans, Portland fans, everybody. So within the process, I was like, now that I'm older and I'm looking for a team for the first time. Fuck no. I looked at more than just the team. I was looking at the owners. I was looking at the front office.
Okay, that's very responsible.
Because I feel like that with the Patriots now. Like I've been a Patriot fan my entire life,
Right.
but like I don't relate to them as I'm older. Like with them being pro red and the Robert
branding,
Kraft,
the Patriots,
the branding, and it's just like they're like I rather root for a team with like a black front office or a black head coach or where they're known to have black quarterbacks or something like that. So, but I'm still a Patriot fan regardless.
Right.
Long story short, I went through the process. I posted a status
What'd you
maybe
come up with?
2 weeks ago, and I said I narrowed down my selection, treating it like a fucking like a whole thing.
It's
like
an
a
investment,
show.
though.
Yeah.
It's
It
an investment
is.
of time, and that's one of the most expensive, not
sure.
expensive, but most
No,
valuable
it can get there.
entities.
Yeah. So then my recent status last week, I said I've officially chose my jersey.
Oh.
It's in the mail, and I bought the NBA League Pass.
Yeah.
So the League Pass is like what a Sunday ticket is.
Right.
You get to see
So
the
you
out
can
of
see
market
all the
games. You want to know what's dope about the NBA? And this is to your point. You were talking about how great the NBA is. They let you choose which team instead of having to buy the whole package.
Wow.
I was able to buy the specific team I want to see all their games, bro.
So progressive.
I was like, and it was only like $100 bucks. You could have paid like 15 monthly or just paid $100 up front. I just paid $100 up front, and I'm good to August of next year. And I get to turn on and see every game out of market. If they're playing the Clippers, I see it locally, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not going to announce it yet. The announcement is coming, I think, opening day, I said.
Okay, no,
But
that's cool.
my jersey's supposed to come like the 23rd this week. So like I'm going to make a big ass announcement. But I have my team, I have my jersey, and I have my league pass. And I'm 30. I'm officially starting to have a rooting interest in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
And
This
to your
year was
point,
just
too,
the year to have to find any type of
fine,
interest.
yeah, for sure. But to your point, I love the organization. And I think that's the other thing that's throwing me away from football. Like, I love it for fantasy, but Goodell and what they did to Kaepernick and the page, like, a lot of shit they've done is like, I'm not for it. So then it kind of hinders me waking up every Sunday to watch the sport because I'm like, I'm grown now, so I know the politics of what y'all do, and I know it took George Floyd for y'all to finally apologize to Kaepernick. When the NBA was always pro players, black, like y'all can express yourself. Like I want to be I want to spend money in that organization. I want to buy tickets and jerseys for that. where they care about the players and they care about their communities and all that. I don't want to do NFL where if it wasn't for this George Floyd, they probably still would have never said Kaepernick was right.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't let players work. Like the fact that y'all wouldn't let players do that. When you really think about it, even before George Floyd, you wouldn't let players express because your base was like, this is an escape. I don't want to deal with the politics. And I'm just like, NBA, bro. I fuck with NBA. That was my whole point.
NBA's cool.
That's my whole point when
NBA's
you
cool.
saying that. Like, I want to be invested in NBA moving forward.
It's an organization that
Yes.
seems ethically,
Yes.
and the moral and ethnic
Yeah.
needle are not swaying in either direction.
And
They
even
kinda-
with their contracts, they pay their players more than NFL. They give
Right,
more
because-
guaranteed dollars than the NFL.
aren't the players partners in NBA?
They have an
Or
NBA,
is that football too?
They have like an association, like Chris Paul is the leader of where it's like a union for them. So they speak on behalf of the player. Yeah, it's like a fair practice type of environment. And I'm like, the NFL is on some archaic bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's tough
Such
for
an
me.
old sport.
Yeah, it's tough for me as much as I grew up a football fan and fantasy, but to have a rooting interest, I just don't have it anymore, I guess. So I will be announcing that soon. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what that is.